Welcome to Mission Stories for Kids with Uncle Gordon, where you will hear first-hand accounts of answers to prayer and miracles from God. Oh, by the way, I think adults will like this too.
G'day children, lovely to be able to talk to you. I'm Uncle Gordon, and I know that you're not really my children or my nephews and nieces, but you'll just call me Uncle Gordon for now. Quite a few years ago I had the privilege of going to work as a volunteer in Solomon Islands, and I had had some years of tertiary education and then decided it would be nice to go and do something special for somebody else for a year. A couple of weeks into that first year that I was working within the Solomons, I thought I'd like to be doing something special on a Saturday night for the young people. And so I began to tell the people at the church nearby that we were going to have a games evening on the Saturday night. Now, mostly if you were to have some games and whatever here, you would probably go to a hall somewhere where you've got good lights and good cover, but we had nothing like that. All we had was a bit of open space with some trees around the edge. Anyway, it came towards the Saturday night and it was getting dark, and I'd said to them we'll start on the Saturday night at about 8 o'clock. And when we got to about 7:30, I began to hear thunder, and then I could see lightning flashing, and I thought, oh no, we're in for a great big storm. And then I began to wonder how many young people are going to come, how many children and youth will be there to be able to enjoy this event with me, because I enjoyed playing active games with children and young people. And then I thought, oh no, we can't have rain because we've got no shelter. And so before going down from my little place where I was staying to run these games and to turn on the lights that I'd set up amongst the trees so we could have lighting, as we were about to go down, I then just knelt and just said, Lord, these are your young people, they are your children, and we ask that you'll please protect and give them a really happy, fun night tonight. Well, then I went down and switched on the lights, and I almost fell over with a bit of excitement, but also with fear, because it wasn't just the 35 to 50 young ones I thought might be there. There were over 300 young people there. And I thought, how am I going to organise all of these now together? And all I had was a whistle, and I had the lights all around the place, and I had a volleyball net up and volleyballs and a few other volleyballs. And so I quickly looked around and saw a few young men who I thought would be good to help organise, and so I ended up having about 10 different games going all at once. And I'd blow the whistle about every 10 minutes and everybody had moved from whatever game they were into the next game. Partway through the night, I happened to look out to see just what was going on nearby. And I noticed that there were people who were standing on the edge of the compound where we were having our games, and they were getting wet because it was pouring rain out there. But where I was and where all the young ones were playing, there was no rain. And then I noticed that if those ones stepped over a little line that was not marked there on the ground, they didn't get wet, they were dry. All the way through the night, no rain dropped there, but it was apparently pouring everywhere else but where our little games evening was taking place. At the end of the evening, and we went from about 8 o'clock through till nearly midnight, it was a real fun night together. And I had a prayer with all those young people at the end of that activity, and sent them all home, and then I packed up the volleyball net and turned off the lights and went up to my little place. And as I stepped inside, then all of a sudden the rain began to pour down. I then just knelt again and said, thank you, Lord. You have demonstrated to me how important every young person is. Every child is important to you, every young person. And I thank you that I have the joy of being able to work with you in helping them to know Jesus. So young people, children, you are precious to Jesus. He loves you very, very much, and he wants you to be a part of his family forever. God bless you.
You've been listening to Mission Stories for Kids with Uncle Gordon, a production of 3ABN Australia Radio.